Hi YouTube. Yesterday I touched on this briefly, but I'd like to share a couple of money-making stories with you that kind of always crack me up. This isn't anything I was able to take advantage of myself. I simply followed along on this website called fatwallet.com. And, there's a lot of websites like this on the web. There's Flyer Talk, where they talk about frequent flyer miles especially. But Fat Wallet is pretty much a website devoted to people sharing ideas on how to save money, on how to make money. Certainly there's some financial advice on there, but not like what stocks to pick, but just how to get your financial life in order. Some really smart guys on there. And what they're always trying to do is, you know how I talked yesterday about, trying to find promotions that aren't necessarily precious metals promotions, but making them precious metals promotions? That's what they basically do. It's just not PM related. They try to take two promotions and make them work together and form and take advantage of the arbitrage. Okay, and then it's a matter of how much they're willing to scale it up. And it's always interesting to follow because, like anything, because these are unconventional ways, there's usually roadblocks, and seeing how these guys handle these roadblocks, seeing how they kind of handle the whole thing is pretty interesting. And a lot of guys on here have made an absolute ton of money, more than you could probably guess. And they're just really good at it. And honestly, they'd probably hate that I even made this video, because I think they like to keep a lot of things quiet, because the more information that gets out there, the more likely that some of their deals will get killed, right? Think about like the eBay Bucks deal that we're enjoying now. We cleaned up a lot of the stuff that kind of benefits us, and then it made deals harder to find, right? And the harder we push on this, the harder it will be to find good deals. That's just the way it is. But I wanted to share a couple of anecdotes. The first one is, speaking of eBay Bucks. So the reason that eBay Bucks is no longer available for bullion is partly because of the Fat Wallet guys. Okay, there was a time, and I believe it was 2009, 2010, that time frame, where Microsoft was introducing Bing, their search engine, okay, which has been just a huge bust. But they were hoping that, with Microsoft's financial advantage over a lot of other companies, that they would be able to impose their will and have Bing compete directly with Google, okay, and actually hopefully become the leader in search. So what they were doing is they were actually giving you Bing cash back. If you used Bing as your search engine when you looked for something, whether it was on eBay, whether it was really anything, a lot of stores, they would give you up to 25 or 30% off. Okay. Now, if you're buying a winter coat, it's great, you save 30% off, but just imagine how much damage you could do with precious metals. And that's what they did. Okay. So not only was there Bing, now picture this. Okay. So 25 or 30% off back with Bing. Okay. There was also a website called Mr. Rebates that was very similar to the Ebates that we use today, okay? And Mr. Rebates would actually give you a couple percent back too. And oh, by the way, eBay Bucks would give you 2% off on the bullion. Oh, by the way, they would use like a Schwab or Fidelity 2% off any purchase credit card. There was a couple cards at the time that were 2% off everything. Okay, so you kind of see where I'm going here. They would literally stack all this together. And there was a way to go through, and what you would do is you would search like 1 ounce gold coin on Bing. It would pull up eBay search results, and you'd go through like Mr. Rebates and everything else, and then bang, you literally were able to get about 35% off your gold coin purchase. Okay, so then what these guys would do is literally, it was just an endless cycle. They would buy these 1 ounce gold coins. They would literally just go right down to the coin shop and sell them and pocket the difference. Yes, they were overpaying a little bit for a 1 ounce gold coin on eBay, but when you factored in the 35% off, obviously there was a huge arbitrage opportunity. So now there was a limit. There was a limit of $2,500 on Bing Cash, I believe, that you could get back. Okay, well, that was the thing. Is these guys are very creative in getting around that, and that's exactly what they did. One person I saw, they kind of called the king of doing this, actually bought literally $1 million worth of gold during this period, okay? and was able to basically pocket 25-30%. So just do the math here. Pretty impressive stuff. So they would literally, buy the gold, go right down to the coin shop, sell it, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It was an ongoing thing. And so that's the thing with these deals, is how much you're willing to scale it up. So the other one that cracked me up, and I mean, just imagine how lucrative that was. And imagine, having that available to you today. Also, it didn't hurt that gold was in an uptrend. So by the time you actually got the gold coin in your hand, gold probably performed a little even better. That 1 ounce was worth a little bit more than when you bought it anyway. What's the risk here? That, gold obviously would, take a huge hit in the time from you bought it to the time you were selling it to the coin shop. The only thing is there that, gold is stable enough that you really didn't have to worry about that. And there was enough of a margin that you were fairly protected. So that one always cracked me up. And those guys did really well with that. Here's the other one that really cracked me up. So there was a time when the U.S. Treasury, and this is pretty creative, wanted to get the $1 presidential coins into people's hands. Okay, they were just kind of sitting around, and they wanted them distributed. So they actually made it so that you could order them, and they would ship them to your house for free. Okay, pretty good stuff. So you basically go right to the Treasury's website, and you're able to get these 1 ounce presidential coins delivered to your home. Well, what they did is, at the time, there was a Sallie Mae credit card that gave you for 6 months 5% off any purchase. Okay, plus they gave you $100 as a sign-up bonus. So what these guys did is they signed up for these Sallie Mae credit cards. They got the biggest credit limit that they could, and let's just throw for round numbers for easy math, they got like $10,000 credit limits. They would order $10,000 worth of these coins from the Treasury. So it showed up as a purchase, so they got 5% off. Now what's the risk? You're literally ordering $10,000 worth of $1 gold, not gold coins, they're just coins. So where's the risk? So it would show up on their credit card statement as a $10,000 purchase, they'd get 5% off. So then what they would do is they would literally get this huge boxes of $1 presidential coins, and they'd run down to the bank and go, I'd like to deposit these into my account, please. And at first, the banks were like, oh, okay, this is a little odd. We don't normally take $10,000 worth of $1 coins, but sure. They take the deposit. They would make the payment on the credit card. They wouldn't wait for the entire billing cycle. They would literally pay it off and then order again. 5%, 5%, 5%. $500 every time they did this, right in their pocket. Now, where it started to crack me up was the bank started to go, wait a minute, you're not going to sit here every 3 days and bring us this box of $10,000 worth of $1 coins. The logistics of handling this for the bank, it's a real pain in the butt. And the people would be like, okay, well, show me where it is in your policy that you won't take a deposit of US $1 coins. And of course, the branch manager is kind of, they have no idea how to handle this, right? So well, they broke out the, well, because I said so excuse, to which these guys would be like, well, let me talk to your manager then. And so there was only so much they were willing to do, so they had to find a second bank, and they would do that. And it was just amazing how literally these guys would make tens of thousands of dollars by ordering dollar coins from the government and depositing them in a bank. And they were making that 5% over and over and over. And it was just how much they were willing to scale up and how much of a pain in the butt they were willing to put up with while they did this. So that's what those guys on Fat Wallet do. This is the kind of stuff that they're always doing. And it's amazing how there's always a deal like that out there that they're working to exploit. And they do really well with it. It's funny reading some of the saga. And I realize that these types of unconventional ways to make money probably, are, let's say that some of you will certainly frown on it, okay? And I understand that, but I'm not condoning this. I'm simply telling you what I read and kind of how I followed the saga and how it basically just kind of cracked me up. And again, where's the risk here? You're buying money from the U.S. Treasury. you know, and you're buying gold coins and getting 35% off. So pretty sweet deals. I don't know how much of that we're going to see, but you know what? Whenever a company comes out with a new product and they're aggressively trying to build up their customer base, this is the stuff you really got to look out for. And when you can apply it to precious metals, boy, you can get some pretty good deals. You know, it was pretty impressive. A lot of people that got that $20 off one purchase coupon from eBay were literally buying like a Philharmonic or just a 1 ounce silver coin and getting it for $3. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff. So, all right, just a quick video sharing a couple stories that I found funny, and you know, again, the website is fatwallet.com. There's actually a lot of pretty good stuff there. They have a finance section where they discuss a lot of this stuff. They have a free stuff section, and that's how to get small like coupons or free things. And I usually follow the My Coke Rewards thread there because they give a lot of tips on how to get free Coke Reward points and stuff like that. So, all right, we'll talk to you later.